Today, let's talk about Illuminae. So last night, I finished Illuminae. Actually, I feel like I read it, the entire book, in one day. I did listen to 2 hours before, like, on Thursday or Friday, I don't remember. But I had to re-listen to 1 hour of those 2 hours so I could immerse myself in the book. I have all my notes here, so if I keep looking down, it's because of that. Illuminae was amazing. It was such a cool book, and that is not only because the story is cool, but because of the format. I know everyone talks about the format. I feel like right now everyone has read Illuminae, but it doesn't matter. I still want to make this review. And spoilers will start later on. Don't worry, I'll tell you when the spoilers begin. But Illuminae was such a wild ride. It felt like a roller coaster. Like, the first 200 pages were a little bit slow. So it was like when you're just going up, 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 up. And then, after 200 pages, it was just like twists and turns and just like going up and down. It was amazing. I think that if this book didn't have the format that it has, it would still be a cool story, but it wouldn't be this amazing book. And the other reason was because the beginning was a little bit slow. If it weren't for Katie and Ezra, who I loved from the very beginning, I think I would have DNF'd it, because it was hard to get into and it was hard to get used to this format. But once you're there all the way. So basically, for all of you who don't know what Illuminae is about, I think everyone knows right now, but for you, specifically you, that 1% that doesn't know what Illuminae is about, don't worry, I'll tell you. So basically, our main characters are Ezra and Katie. At the beginning of the book, they break up, and right after they break up, their planet is invaded, and they manage to escape, but they end up in 2 different ships. This is way, way, way ahead in the future, and people live in different planets. They end up in these 2 spaceships, and they communicate a lot via emails, via IMs, and at the same time that they're in these 2 ships, there's another ship, and these 3 ships are being followed by this corporation, this huge known corporation that invaded the planet. The story is told through emails and websites and memos and transcripts. It's all documents. I listened to the audiobook while reading the book, and I think that's the best way to go into it, because the audiobook is amazing because you have the sound effects and you can actually listen to Katie or Ezra and all the other characters, but at the same time there are some images in the book, and when they are texting each other you can see the emojis they use, and you can't see that when you're listening to the audiobook. So if you can do both things, I would totally recommend doing that. But if you can't, I would recommend personally to listen to the audiobook, and then whenever you get the chance to just look at the pages of Illuminae. The audiobook was so amazing. Usually when I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm doing something else. I'm painting, or I'm cooking, or I'm just getting ready. And this time I couldn't, at least not for the last 200 pages, because those 200 pages were so crazy. I just had to sit there and imagine everything. My favorite part of the book, I believe this is my favorite part just because I listened to the audiobook, and this is not a spoiler, is when Ezra sends a drunk email. Because while I was reading it in the book, yeah, you get the idea that he's tipsy, but the actor playing Ezra, just reading the email, just like, oh yeah, why didn't you answer me now? He did such a good job pretending that he was drunk, like, I'm never gonna send this, so it doesn't matter that I'm writing this, because I'm never gonna send this, because now, yeah, you did, and then blah, 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 blah. I listened to it at least 3 or 4 times because it was just so funny. I would recommend this book to anyone who, first of all, loves space and sci-fi. And then I would also add that if you love zombies and if you love Titanic, I think this is the book for you. Because it has some Titanic vibes, and it has some zombie vibes. I don't want to spoil you. It doesn't have zombies, but you will totally think of zombies at some point of the book. So right now I'm gonna go to the spoilery section. So if you haven't read this book, go ahead, read it, and then come back and we can discuss. So goodbye if you haven't read the book. Goodbye, bye, bye. The thing is, I love this book. That's the truth. My favorite characters, of course, were Ezra and Katie, and I really liked them from the beginning. I loved their humor and how they interacted with each other and their sassiness. They were just so fun to read. I really liked Ezra's friend and how Ezra teased him about his sister. I also liked Byron, and I feel his ending was just so creepy. I mean, I absolutely believed that he wasn't sick, and then suddenly he was. And I was just like, it's so creepy when he was like, and then I'm gonna kill you, and then it's your turn. So creepy. The ending of this book was so creepy, especially when they were like, birdie, 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 where are you? Like the people from the other ship. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the other ships. But the enemies were looking for Katie, and they were like, where are you, birdie, birdie, birdie? But there are two things that I really want to talk about. The first one was Ezra's mother being the evil guy, or the villain. I knew this. I knew it! When Ezra said, my mother is a bad person and we were hiding from her, I was like, oh, she's behind everything. But since he said it, like in the middle of the book, I completely forgot about it. Like completely forgot about it until the end when his mother appears. And I was like, oh, I knew it! The other thing that I want to talk about was this plot twist that Ezra was dead. I was actually playing with my phone, listening to the audiobook, and suddenly it was Aiden all the time, and Ezra was dead. And I was like, what? I had to listen to that part again because I was like, no, maybe it was my mistake. I didn't hear it correctly. Oh my god, no, he's dead. No, I was in complete denial. No, he's not dead.
No, he can't be dead. No. He's lying. No, maybe he's trapped. Maybe he's in the other ship. No, he's not dead. No.
And then my heart broke when Katie accepted it and was just crying and screaming, and I was like, no. The feels. I knew that Gemina had different main characters, so I was like, maybe this is why. Oh my god, no, both of them are gonna die. No, this is it. Both of them are gonna die, and that's why the other book has different main characters. In the back of my head, there was still hope, like, no, there's nobody. You haven't seen a body, so he's not dead. If there's nobody, he's not dead. I was so conflicted, but I was so happy when he wasn't, and their reunion was so sweet. About Aiden, I don't know how I feel about him, because at the beginning I hated him, and then I just didn't like him, and then he was suddenly in love with Katie, and I was just like, what is this? This is so weird, and he was trying to help her. I don't know how I feel about him. I like him, but I don't like him at the same time. I don't know. I know he's a very interesting character, but I don't know how I feel about him. And that's it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe depending on where you're watching this, and let me know in the comments if you've read Illuminae, or if you've read Illuminae and Gemina, and what did you think about them? Don't spoil me, please, don't spoil me. I haven't read Gemina yet, and I'm not gonna read it right now. Maybe in May or in June, but right now I just started A Court of Thorns and Roses. So no, I'm not gonna read Gemina right now, so please don't spoil me. I'm Christina, I make videos every Tuesday. See you later, bye!